WildChild Records. I'm your host, Jay Stoyan. Look at this atmosphere. We're out here in Burlington, Ontario. We're here at a wonderful rock and roll store called Rock Universe. We're here with the manager, Shay. Wonderful, Shay. Thanks for being on the show today.
Thanks for having me.
This is great. So before we get started, I just want to thank Rock Universe and its owner for supporting our fundraiser for veterans on December 1st at the Legion 60 here in Burlington on Brand Street. It was a sellout. It was a wonderful evening. We showcased veterans. We showcased our employment programs. We showcased our silent auction table, and that's where Rock Universe came in, as they were really kind and generous and gave us a few wonderful items for our silent auction table, and they both went.
Wonderful.
So that's great. Again, we're out here in Burlington, Ontario on Guelph Street. We're here at Rock Universe, a rock and roll show store with amazing paraphernalia. So let's get right into it, Shay. So tell us your position here at the store.
Thanks for having me, first of all.
You're welcome.
I am the manager here. I've actually been here for years. I went from district manager, and currently I am just stationed myself here at this location. And I'm just running the store and enjoying myself.
Well, it's great because we've been in here a few times. I know you guys helped us out past in one of our past events, but you guys have just wonderful items and product, and I guess because of now the cannabis world, and it's really come to the forefront. So you can tell us some of the items that you carry in your store, and I'm just going to ask you all types of questions about it. So some of the more popular items, I guess.
Oh, that's a hard question because it really depends on the day, to be honest.
It depends on the day. Tell us, what does that mean? What does that mean? That's interesting.
It depends on the day, because I mean, some people come in for anything from like smoking accessories, from bowl pieces to papers, bongs, that kind of stuff. We have days where people come in for just like, it seems like a day for t-shirts and like body jewelry. We have posters, we have blend wraps. There's so many things in the store. When people come in, they kind of get lost, and that's why I pride myself in my job, because I get to kind of narrow it down and make it less overwhelming, if you will.
Well, it's great because I'm such a rock and roll guy at heart, but I love all genres. I love country, I love I even like opera a little bit, I like old school rap.
Absolutely.
But I remember back in the day, the only thing that you could really get in here was the rock and roll concert shirts.
Yes.
Right? So you guys like added so much to that platform, like some of these bongs on the wall, and I know it's great to talk about this stuff now because it's all legal.
Yes.
Right? Whereas I come old school where it's all illegal, that you never talk about that stuff because it's illegal. But so tell us about some of the advantages of some of the bongs. Like, let's get into some of the great stuff that you guys sell.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we have all sorts of different bongs, and it is definitely a different world out there now that it's legalized, right?
Yeah.
Like back in the day, we were still open for tobacco use only kind of thing, but now we can be open and be like, no, we're here to help our medical patients, from people who are new to smoking to people who are just coming in for recreational use. As for bongs and everything like that, we have everything from like your basic acrylics. We have like our low-end bongs to like high-end glass that is like hand-blown, glass blown from the States. Glass really ranges from like your basic bongs that if you just want to smoke, you can smoke, but at one point glass becomes an artwork, right? You're paying for the artwork that goes into it. The quality of glass really makes a difference with your smoking experience.
Really?
Absolutely.
See, I wouldn't know. I've never been really a bonger because I don't know, just never have been. But yeah, some of the people come in and ask you some of the questions, like really detailed about different glass and what's for a better, I guess, punch for your buck or something like that.
Well, I mean, there's all types of people who come in. So generally when somebody comes in who doesn't know a lot, they come in saying that they have a lower range, and it's my job to explain the differences. People always ask me or tell me that I'm good at upselling, for example. And it's not that I want to upsell and try and push things. It's more so to educate people and explain why things cost the way they do. It's just like anything, like buying a barbecue. The higher quality your barbecue is, the better your food's going to be.
I'm just looking around as you're talking. I'm just looking around the store. It's just it's amazing. All of so many different.
It's
products.
A lot.
Wow, you must have a big inventory. You must be pricing every day.
It's a lot of work for sure.
And I know that since we've been here today, I know you've sold a couple items. You sold a Rush t-shirt.
Rush t-shirt.
So
yeah.
Tell us some of your best sellers, like shirt-wise.
Bestseller shirts. I would say Pink Floyd, Metallica, Led Zeppelin, sometimes Bob Marley. And then some of our novel t-shirts are very popular as well. Like we've got Bob Ross, we've got Cheech and Chong.
Oh, nice.
Those guys are very good sellers as well.
And I know that you say you've been here for a few years now. Yes. So tell us how, because I know we were talking off camera about your background and it's a different genre with the store. So tell us how, when you moved into here, how it was and how you've sort of evolved over the years with your music tastes and other things like that.
Oh, for me personally?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, personally, when I grew up, I was more grown up on the Jamaican side of my family. It was all like reggae and Spanish reggae and that kind of stuff. It was really nice. Like I've worked here for, I want to say 13 years now.
Wow.
It's a long time.
That's great.
But coming in here, it really gave me the experience to expand my knowledge of music. I learned about Rolling Stones, Metallica, Red Hot Chili Peppers, some of my very favorites that I got Nirvana. You know.
So since you've been here for 13 years, you've noticed the industry has changed. Can you tell us how has it changed? Has it gotten busier? Has it gotten slower? More competitive? Something like that. Well, tell us how you feel about the industry.
That's a really good question. Because we've always been generally fairly busy ever since legalization happened. I feel like people have been more, I want to say we're not busier. It's more so that people are more comfortable coming into the store.
Oh, okay.
You know, we used to have people just sending their friends in. Versus now that it's legal and stuff, people are coming in themselves. I get the chance to talk to all different types of people, making them feel more comfortable. Because there's head shops out there that you go to and that you ask a question and they make you feel bad about yourself about asking a simple question. Whereas for us, we always want to push information. We want to teach you, how are you supposed to know about anything if no one's there to explain it to you, right?
This is great. Why don't we take a quick break? When we come back, I want to talk about your other store in Cambridge, I believe. Right?
Absolutely, yeah.
And I want to talk about your wonderful hairstyle.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so stay tuned. You're watching WildChild Records. We're out here at Rock Universe in Burlington with the manager, Shay. We'll be right back. The Disability Channel, showcasing abilities. Welcome back to WildChild Records. I'm Jay Stoyan. On the show today, we have the manager from Rock Universe. We have Shay on the show today. So she just tells us all about the concept of the store, the history of the store. We want to get into, I know because you guys have another store, I believe, in Cambridge, right?
We sure do.
So tell us about how the dynamics between the two stores operate. Is it different from this store? Is it the same?
It's going to be fairly similar.
Okay.
There's definitely a different layout between this store and the other store. This location in Burlington is our very first location. We've been open since 2003, so over 20 years now.
Nice.
The Cambridge location, I can't say I know exactly when they opened, but they've been open for a while too.
Okay.
It is a different kind of layout, but they do offer the same kind of similar options that we have. And we really pride ourselves in customer service and everything like that. So whether you come to this location or that location, we're here to give you everything that we can.
Well, this is a great location. Right, because it's right on Guelph, one of the busiest streets in Burlington.
Yep.
You have one of the most famous restaurants beside you here.
Oh, yes.
So it's a great. Is the other store suited a nice location too? Is it on a main street, busy street?
It's a main street. It's actually in the same plaza as a gas station.
Ah.
So you can get your bongs, you can grab some gas, get home,
nice.
smoke your bong.
Tell us, now we're talking out there. Tell us a few good points, a few positive points about the owner. Now I know you're speaking very highly of him off the air. So tell us a few things that you like about him.
Of course. I mean, I've worked with him for years now. He is a very strong, structured man. I've worked with a lot of people throughout my career. Before here with people who don't listen to me, that kind of stuff. I love working here because I can trust my boss. He prides himself in customer service. He'll even be here working on the floor himself. It's not like he's above us or anything like that. He is on the same level. We work together. Exactly. And that's what I kind of love about it.
Well, it's it serves people right if you're an owner to be a hands-on owner.
Of course.
Because in any business, if you're not a hands-on owner, unless you're like, one of the top corporations where you just can't be, but it always serves the owner better to be on, be on board every day. Sort of, it's his passion, it's his blood, sort of thing. So thanks for sharing. Now I have to ask you because your hairstyle. Now I love it. I think it's wild. But does it have anything to do with the store? Like, was there any kind of like connection or like? Okay, so let me ask you this. So if you were working in a tower 40 floors up and doing notes or whatever, would your hair be the same maybe still? I just wonder.
That's a great question. I don't know. I like to pride myself in being like unique and a different kind of person. My hair definitely represents myself, I'd like to say. I do it myself.
Yeah?
But I do use we do sell hair dye as well.
Okay. Oh, you do?
We do.
Oh, okay.
So I use that. I play around with different colors. I'm always trying to put different colors in my hair to, I don't know, like I said,
it looks great. And I just thought maybe because, you're a rock and roll girl working in a rock and roll store, maybe, you say, hey, I'm going to do that. Now, let me ask, but does it ruin your hair at all? I don't know. I'm just asking.
If you don't take care of it
Does
properly, yes. It's definitely more damaging than just keeping your hair natural, for sure.
I can ask that.
But that's not as fun.
That's a little bit of a rock and roll question, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I can ask that question, I thought.
Life's too short not to go crazy, right? So
now, tell viewers or your fans or your purchasers or your associates what's coming up. Now, I know we were talking a little bit, so share a little bit what's coming up. That's kind of exciting.
So we do have a lot of really cool things coming. It's 2024. I want to get some new stuff into the store. I'm always sharing my Instagram and Facebook. I'm the one who runs it, so I'm always posting about new stuff and asking our viewers to let us know what we should get in. But on the side note, we are getting some cool new stuff. We're going to be doing a little bit of construction into the store to introduce new vaporizers. Not just like our regular herbal vaporizers, but we're going to be getting tobacco vaporizers in. So like Jules and all. I'm not sure the exact brands or anything as of yet. But at the end of, I want to say February, there's going to be like a main change in the store. So for the people who do come into the store and everything like that, stay tuned because there's a lot of things that are going to be happening.
That's great. That's another world I know nothing about when it comes to vaping.
You'll have to stop back in.
I shouldn't say it's a kid thing, but it's a kid thing. Like we never had that growing up. I don't even know what it is. Like I don't know if people are smoking cigarettes or they're smoking weed. Like what are they?
You never know these days.
Both, right?
Isn't that the beauty of it though?
You can do both, right? Is that what it's for? Weed or cigarettes?
You can be smoking like a same kind of looking vaporizer for tobacco, and you could be using the same thing to smoke, for example, oil.
That's great. Again, I just want to let everybody know that Rock Universe was very kind, very generous, very supportive for our fundraiser. Now they gave us two items. One, I believe, was an incense package.
Yep.
Right. And then one was, I guess,
like a smoking package.
Smoking package,
yes.
Right? So tell our viewers before we let you go, because before we let you go, I want to let people know where they can find you. You can give out their website or Instagram.
Of course.
But tell us a few of the different products you guys sell.
Oh,
okay. Like, just give us a list a little bit.
That's a wide range.
Yeah.
Anything from bongs, from different brands, different materials, from silicone to glass to acrylics. Up at the front, we have all kinds of incense from Nag Champa to Wildberry, body jewelry. We have posters. We have fountains. We have blunt wraps. We have backwoods. There's so many different
Lots
things
of stuff
in here. When people come in, they get mind blown, and that's our job to narrow it down and help you just look for what you can find.
Well, that's great, and I can attest, Shay is great, because I've been here a few times, and she, right away, oh yeah, you need this, and you need that, so it's great. So again, Shay, before we let you go, if people want to find out more about the store, where could they go?
So my suggestion is to follow us. We have Facebook, we have Instagram. Those are the best places. I run them myself. You can follow us at Rock Universe Inc. Don't forget the INC, otherwise you won't find us. But that's where you can find us. Feel free to send us a message because it will come to me. I'm the one you're talking to. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Well, that's great, Shay. Thank you for being on the show today.
Yes, thank you so much for having me.
And before we close out, I just want everybody to know about our employment programs for veterans and persons with disabilities. If you do want to enroll, please go to www.thedisabilitychannel.ca. We're all about creating employment opportunities for persons with disabilities and our heroes called veterans. I'm Jay Stoyan. You're watching WildChild Records. We'll see you next time.